Hello managers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica Chandel. I qualified my UGC NET in June 2019. I made videos on paper 2 NET management. So this topic, before starting, I would like to say please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell. You will be notified every time I upload a new video on UGC NET paper 2 management. So let's start. What is organizational behavior? Organizational behavior has included two terms in it. Therefore, these two terms should be detailed first before dividing into the title in question. Diving into the title in question. Organization. It is a group of people who are collected to work for a common goal with collective efforts. Organization works through two concepts, that is coordination and delegation among its two group members. Delegation is necessary to allocate group members with equal work according to their capability, and coordination is required to achieve organizational goal with precision. Behavior. It is a verbal or physical response shown by a person as a consequence of the impact of his/her surroundings. Individual behavior varies in accordance with their mental reactivity to particular circumstances because of their deeply embedded morals and value systems. So, we can say that organizational behavior is the observation of individual or group behavior in response to the other individuals or group as a whole. It studies behavior of people or group to know their attitude towards particular circumstances. In short, group behavior is the study of individuals or group individually or as a whole. Definition and meaning. In the words of K. Ashwathappa, OB is the study of human behavior in organizational settings, of the interference between human behavior and organization, and of the organization itself. Meaning, human behavior in organizational settings. Organizational setting means climate, culture, work space, etc., and interface between human behavior and organization. Interface between humans and the organization, between one worker or another worker, between management and the employees, or between the organization with other organization itself. OB is the study of individual behavior in isolation, when in group, and as a part of an organization. The study of individual behavior only would be incomplete because behavior is affected by the people surrounding us as well as by the organization in which we work. So this means that our behavior does not only impacted by only one cause, it is affected by various causes. So OB is the study to detect those causes and eliminate them so the human efficiency can be improved. Studying only individuals or only organization would be of no use. It is essential to study both simultaneously. So it is not okay to study only individuals or only focusing on organization. We will have to maintain a harmony between the two. Personality, perception, learning, attitude, family background, training, motivation, job satisfaction, performance appraisal, leadership effectiveness, norms, value, and ethics are the factors which affect the individual behavior. Group dynamics, communication, organizational environment, individual and organizational culture affect group behavior. So these are the factors that affect the individual behaviors, and the other factors affect group behavior. Organizational structure, power and politics, status, relation with junior and senior, conflict and culture affect the individual behavior in the organization. So these factors affect the individual behavior in the organization. Scope. The scope of OB includes impact of personality on performance, employee motivation, leadership, how to create effective team and groups, study of different organizational structures, individual behavior, attitude and learning, perception, design and development of effective organization, job design, impact of culture on organizational behavior, management of change, management of conflict and stress, organizational development, organizational culture, transactional analysis, group behavior, power and politics, job design, study of motions. The nature of OB is as below: a separate field of study and not a discipline only. So, by definition, a discipline is an accepted science that is based on a theoretical foundation. But OB has a multi-interdisciplinary orientation and is thus not based on a specific theoretical background. Therefore, it is better reasonable to call OB a separate field of study rather than a discipline only. An interdisciplinary approach. Organizational behavior is essentially an interdisciplinary approach to study human behavior at work. It tries to integrate the relevant knowledge drawn from related disciplines like sociology, psychology, and anthropology to make them applicable for studying and analyzing organizational behavior. An applied science. A very nature of OB is applied. What OB basically does is the application of various researches to solve the organizational problems related to human behavior. The basic line of difference between pure science and OB is that while the former concentrates on functional researches, the latter concentrates on applied researches. OB involves both applied research and its application in the organizational analysis. Hence, OB can be called both science as well as art. A normative science. Organizational behavior is a normative science also. While the positive science discusses only cause-effect relationship, OB prescribes how the findings of applied research can be applied to socially accepted organizational goals. Thus, OB deals with what is accepted by individuals and society engaged in an organization. Yes, it is not that OB is not normative at all. In fact, OB is normative as well. That is well underscored by the proliferation of management theories. A humanistic and optimistic approach. Organizational behavior applies humanistic approach towards people working in the organization. It deals with the thinking and feeling of human beings. OB is based on the belief that people have an innate desire to be independent, creative, and productive. It also realizes that people working in the organization can and will actualize these potentials if they are given proper conditions and environment. Environment affects performance or worker working in an organization. A total system approach. The system approach is one that integrates all the variables affecting organizational functioning. The system approach has been developed by the behavioral scientists to analyze human behavior in view of his and her socio-psychological framework. Man's socio-psychological framework makes man a complex one, and the system approach tries to study his or her complexity and find solution. So it is a total system. Levels. So OV studies human behavior at 3 levels. First is individual level, which deals personality, learning, motivation, and attitude, which are part of an individual person. At group level, OB deals with the concept at the group levels. Example of group level concepts are team, conflicts, leadership, power, and politics. Group level concepts may include how groups are formed, how to make effective teams, how individually and collectively the group activities can be improved, how to motivate employees, and which type of group would be suitable for a particular assignment. At organizational level, it deals with the concept at the organizational level. Example of organizational level concepts are change management and organizational culture. Other topics discussed at organization level include the concept of organization, different organizational models, and organizational change, along with its impact and implementation. The working condition and stress management are also discussed at the organizational level. We will study each aspect: perception, personality, team, and organizational level elements later on in the OB chapter. Models. There are basically 4 models of OB, but these cannot be said as only models of OB, but these are the most famous models that are used in OB. First is autocratic. The basis of this model is power with a managerial orientation of authority. The employees in turn are oriented towards obedience. It is minimal, so it is more managerial oriented. Autocratic model is focuses on power with the managerial management. Custodial model. The basis of this model is economic resource with a managerial orientation of money. The employee in turns are oriented towards security and benefits and dependence on the organization. The employee need that is met is security. The performance result is passive cooperation. In the models you need to learn which model focuses on which, what are the performance result, and what it depends on. So these are very important. Please bear that in your mind. So custodial is based on providing security and to their employees. Once the employees are secure that they will not lose their job, the performance results in passive cooperation. Supportive. The basis of this model is leadership with a managerial orientation of support. The employee in turn are oriented toward job performance and participation. The employee needs that is met is status and recognition. The performance result is awakened drives. Collegial. The basis of this model is partnership with managerial orientation of teamwork. The employee in turn are oriented towards responsible behavior and self-discipline. The employee need that is met is highly linked with theory X, and custodial, supportive, and collegial models are linked with theory Y. Now we will move on to the elements of OB. Element 1, people. People make the interactive and behavioral platform in any organization, and people consist in the form of individuals and group. The role and behavior of people identifies, recognize, and develop the interactive relation toward behavioral attitudes in society. Element 2, structure. The formal relationship of people make the structural design in organization. The managerial and organizational levels are decorated by specific job as well as level to be incurred in structural design. The rights and responsibilities are also being determined in a particular group or structure. Element 3, technology. The technology represents all the resources with which people work and effect the tasks that they perform. The role and utilization of technology has a significant influence on the performance of people and thereby to achieve perfection in the betterment of interactive behavior. Element 4, interactive behavior. In any organization, the interactive relation and behavior between individuals and group as well as the relations by formal and informal ways also have an important role to make. Perspective of organizational behavior. The mutual behavior among people may be developed by the identification, existence, and interactive role in any organization and society. Element 5, environment. Patterns are duly influenced by the internal and external environment factor. The one is people, structure, technology, interactive behavior, and last is environment. Importance of OB. It builds better relationship by achieving pupils' organizational and social objectives. It covers a wide array of human resource like behavior, training and development, change management, leadership, teams, etc. It brings coordination, which is the essence of management. It improves goodwill of the organization. It helps to achieve objective quickly. It makes optimum utilization of resources. It facilitates motivation. It leads to higher efficiency. It improves relation in the organization. It is multidisciplinary in the sense that employs different techniques, method and theories to evaluate the performance. So now we will discuss the theories of OB. These are very important. At least one or two questions always asked from the theories. So what are organizational theory? It is a set of interrelated concepts, definitions and principles that represent a systematic view of various interactions among people in the organization. So we have three theories: classical theory, neoclassical theory and modern theory. So in classical theory we will study management, scientific management theory, administrative theory, bureaucratic theory. And in neoclassical theories we will discuss human relation theories, and in modern theories we will study system approach and contingent. So let's start with classical theories. The traditional or long established theories which became the foundation stone of systematic study of the organization. It emphasizes organizational efficiency to increase organizational success. This theory prescribes that an organization is built around the work to be done. Classical theories are prescribes that organization is built around the work to be done. So let's start with scientific management theory. Frederick W. Taylor. Who gave the scientific management theory? Frederick W. Taylor or F.W. Taylor had done a lot to increase the productivity of workers. He is also called as the father of scientific management theories. This approach emphasizes the scientific study of work in order to improve worker efficiency. He tried to find out effective work standards. Principles of scientific management theory are scientific task planning. Management should find out the amount of work which an average worker can perform during a day under normal working conditions. This can be achieved by time and motion studies. The aim is to eliminate unnecessary and wasteful motion and to find out minimum time required to do a job. Thus, task is to be designed scientifically and not by rule of thumb. Standardization. Standards have to be set in advance for deciding the work procedures, quality parameters, time schedules, working conditions. This will increase efficiency of the employees as well as the organization. Scientific selection and training of workers. Several supervisors controlling different departments. Thus, functional specialties perform the planning function and provide expert advice to the workers. Taylor proposed 8 different supervisors to give instructions, namely route clerk, speed boss, instruction card clerk, inspector, cost and time clerk, repair boss, shop disciplinarian, and gang boss. This helps to differentiate planning from doing functions. Differential piece rate system. In order to motivate workers, wage incentives were made. Wages are directly linked to the piecework distribution of gains between employees and employer. Harmony and not discord between employees and employer through mutual cooperation of well-being of organization. Other supporters of classical theory of Taylor are Frank and Leland Gilbreth. Other supporters of classical theory of Taylor are Frank and Lillian Gilbert. Gnat and Emerson. Scientific management theory is limited to the flow shop only for bottom line workers. It applies to only the production division of an organization. It deals with the psychological aspect of human efficiency. It does not work on management function. It deals with the psychological aspect of human efficiency, only limited to floor shop bottom line workers. It does not work on management functioning. Important points to note that 4 important principles of scientific management are: 1. Science. It is not each and every person to his and greatest efficiency. In 1909, Taylor published The Principles of Scientific Management. In this, he proposed that by optimizing and simplifying, job productivity would be increased. Scientific management theory is also known as Taylorism, named after F.W. Taylor. Objective of this theory is standardization of work, cost reduction, elimination of waste, quality control, right man for right job, and incentive wages. Criticism to this theory are: Taylor's scientific management theory promotes the idea that there is one right way to do something. As such, it is at odds with current approach such as MBO, management by objective, continuous improvement initiatives, BRP, business process reengineering, and other tools like them. These promote individual responsibility and seek to push decision making through all levels of organization. The other theories of OB we will discuss in lecture 2. So that will be uploaded tomorrow. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe and press the notification bell. You will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for part 2.